give me fire, give me that which I desire.
Welcome back to Wind Tunnel TV. Tonight, it's the RGR Racing League and their ACS Truck Series here for the ACS Champions 160. I'm Dean Doucette. He's Baron Labosco. Baron, it's championship night, and I think someone might be top of mind here tonight.
Well, top of mind is also top of the charts here, and we're talking about the driver of that number 2 truck, Adam Newton, all but virtually sealing this deal up last week with his win and at Phoenix. And by golly, a coronation is in order tonight for a back-to-back champion.
Yeah, I mean, he's begging to be called two-time at this point, or I'm putting it on him. I like the sound of it, Baron. I want to be two-time.
Two-timed all the time, right? He's better than one.
Absolutely. We look in on
our
race.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, we looking on our race details here. Auto Club. You like Auto Club. Tell us a little bit about it, Baron.
Yeah, it's got a lot of speed, and that's what I like about it. There's, finer control inputs on these wheels tonight. Guys are going to be able to scrub some speed, because the track's going to change on them. I don't know. I've just always loved this track, Dean. It's right for some and not for others, but if you like speed, this is the place to be.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see, got a bit of a tight truck here tonight. Will the high line come in? I mean, I'm a low bottom feeder here at Auto Club. I love it, but the high line can work, Baron.
Yeah, it can. And you will see guys go up there. That's not going to be a problem. Guys will look for grip. They're going to look to keep that, you hear me say this all the time. They want to keep that headlight out there. You're going to see guys trying to do that tonight. So, aero downforce is going to be a big deal this evening. In practice, we heard some guys complain it's a little bit tight. So, downforce is going to play a role here.
Yeah, it certainly is. See Paul K there with a little wiggle through the corner, and we get a look here, our first look at newcomer Michael Fleming. So the 90, he's been fast in practice, Baron. Watch out. We got another man to contend with.
Yeah, so we've introduced some great new drivers over the course of the last season or two. Michael Fleming looks to be a very promising one for this league. And we hope that, along the way, we deliver some championships and some wins to some of these new guys. What do you think? We can't let Adam Newton just have it all to himself.
Well, I mean, you got to take it, right? To be the champ, you got to beat the champ, right?
Absolutely correct. And Adam Newton has been consistent. He's been fast. And when you combine those two things in this league, you win some races and you win a couple of championships.
That's exactly correct. He's done a great job. Another person who does a great job, Alicia Shipman, singing the national anthem. Let's rise up and have her sing it right now.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof
I love that, Dean, every time.
Yeah, it is. It's one of the, it's one of the best songs out of there, let alone national anthems. A fantastic national anthem, brings up pride. A lot of people prideful right now. And hey, we're about to go racing. What's more American than that?
That's right. So, get the great national anthem, get a great race. Doesn't get any better than that for a Wednesday night or Thursday night, does it?
No, sir. Let's get into tonight's starting grid. Starting up front, Brian Helm with a time of 40.085. It's going to be George Leal on the outside of row number 1. Newcomer, the 90, Michael Fleming will start in third with Bryce Reiner in fourth. Row 3 will be Jason Jackson and Fred Lester. You got TJ Bartell and Williams in row 4. Row 5 is Suggs and Bruce. You got Newton and Whitford. And it's Ratliff, Person, Spear, Tony Ratliff, Travis, Gilly, Daryl Spear, Musial, Brantley, Sheffield, Ripka, and Whiting. And I believe one more for a 25-car field. It is George Rincon.
Rincon is starting shotgun on the field. It'll be fun to watch him climb up through the ranks here. George got a fast car. It's a real pretty car, too, so I'm looking forward to seeing what he's got.
Absolutely. Ready to go racing here in the ACS Champions 160. Brian Helm on the pole.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag down and away, and a good start. Everybody bunched up. One of the best group starts we've seen here.
Yeah, it sure was. And these guys know, like, the aero differences. They got to stay in line here. You're going to see guys drafting down these straightaways, Dean. It's going to be really cool.
It's going to be super cool here. Helm trying to hold on. Big run by George Leal up high. He gets squeezed. He's got the wall. The 14's into him. Lester takes him out. And no. Boy, carnage is ensuing.
And there's our championship contender right there. Our champ is already involved in an accident. Lap number 1.
Yeah, he got his front end pushed in there, Baron.
Yep.
Wow, that was not good. Leo felt a little squeezed, got into the wall, and all the carnage happened after that. 14 actually did a nice job. I think that's Reiner of kind of staying off him, but he got pushed in by Lester. Let's try and get a better look at this if we can. Here we go, right here. So we'll go slow motion on this, and you see he's in the wall. Reiner rides up on him. Good braking. He stays off him. Here comes Lester. Well, he didn't completely stay off him, but here comes Lester with that shot. That gets him sideways. It's on from there.
Yeah, real unfortunate for Reiner here because, I mean, he did what he was supposed to. But look at the rest of the field. Just about everybody's got a little damage in here now, Dean.
Yeah, there's lots of piling up. There's Ratliff, Newton. I mean, a lot of back Suggs involved. Spear driving right through. Look at that. Jason Spear found the light.
Oh, somebody's bumper cruising off into the distance.
Let's get a let's rewind this a bit and see if we can. Yeah,
gotta do that from the cockpit, Dean. We gotta do that from inside the truck. There you go.
I think full speed is needed here. Let's have a look
at it. I agree with you.
A lot going on in the C's part for Mr. Spear. Could it be Jason's night here tonight?
Yes, sir. Look at that. Spreads that needle and gets away with a win.
Great job there. You see our, champ to be here, the 2 on pit road. He's got damage. Reiner, Lester, Rincon. You got Williams in. Suggs, Bruce, I mean, half the field repairing cars down here. Whitford, Travis, Ratliff, Whiting, all damaged, or at least most of them. A couple might have chose to come in. I doubt it, though. Could be some topping off of fuel, perhaps. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's a big, wide track here, Dean. So, a lot of time, if you have to fix damage, you got a lot of time on pit row before you have to leave and go a lap down. So these guys are going to get a lot of work done while they're on pit row. Thank goodness it's not Martinsville.
Yeah, thank God for sure. So all these guys, you can see our pit board there come in. Now Rincon was a gas and go. Now that's very interesting to me. He was involved slightly, but a quick stop. Him and Travis both. Watch out for them trying to play a little strategy. You know, they're on the edge with the fuel mileage. If they're to go green, you're looking at 27 lap runs. Of course, this caution going to shorten that up significantly.
Yeah, and it's it's unfortunate we had it on lap 2 or lap 1 really. But these guys are going to get a chance to reset and really kind of see what's left of their vehicles for the ones that have been in it, and then the ones that got through it. See how much faster we really are.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's so unfortunate for the guys who were in this wreck, but the rest of them are all probably thinking, like I'd be thinking, is like, we're pretty much assured to go green now. We just, weeded out this field significantly. Whitford's still on pit road. So the 42 not looking great. Lester is out. Suggs, Williams all coming around and catching up. Well, Helm doesn't mind this. I mean, he gets a chance at another start here. Leal was on his outside there, Baron, and giving him hell. And now he's going to have Fleming, the newcomer, up here on the front row.
Yeah, and, we'll see what kind of speed Fleming's got now.
Yeah, we're going to find a lot out about the 90 right here because it's a pressure situation, right? How much do you want to take and how much do you want to give?
We didn't see much give on the last lap. So let's see if we can improve on that, shall we?
I think we shall, Baron. Pace truck off the track. Here we go. Almost like it's the official start. Hellman Fleming, Jackson, and Leal. And again we're doing it. Oh my God. Again Leal's involved. He hits Fleming, and they're piling up again. This is unbelievable. I don't think we've ever seen this happen in this league. What in tarnation is happening here tonight? Is there a full moon out there, Baron?
What is a tarnation?
The old tarnation.
What is a tarnation? What is tarnation?
That's something down in North Carolina, I think. Oh, we went to the replay a little too quick here. We got to go up to the front.
Yeah, go check out that first row because that's where it starts.
So if we can find Mr. Leal here. So Leal is a ways back here, coming up through this Geico zone. Oh, and it looked like a missed shift or something out of our newcomer. He gets up into the wall, and the guy's avoidance coming in now. And we got everybody stacking up. Oh, Newton rear end into Paul K. Travis. Rincon gets a piece. The 15 does an avoidance slide. Yep. And he gets tagged again by Reiner a little bit. And those three are doing some kind of, I don't know, synchronized swimming over there in the grass.
A little D-Dido. Yep.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness.
So that is so unfortunate. You know, we put a little bit of heat on our newcomer, and unfortunately for Michael, it wasn't great. I don't know what happened. Maybe it wasn't his doing. We got some interesting stuff developing on the track. We got guys coming on pit road here, including our leader, Brian Helm. My goodness.
Unbelievable. It's got to be fuel, right?
I don't know. They might just need a cigarette at this point, Baron.
Right? Got to be fuel.
I mean, let's stay with our leader here, our ex-leader, I should say. See if any tires going on these machines. Looks like gas and goes for these guys, but there's not a whole lot of go. There's just gas.
Yeah, that's just fuel. So
I guess that's a 10-second stop for fuel. That's very interesting. Musial comes out second, person, Branley. These are off of pit road. Leal remains there. Leal might have had enough 2 starts. He can't catch a break.
lot of damage. A lot of damage from these two incidents.
Well, don't look now. We've shooken up the field. You want to see different people up front. That's one way to get it done here, Baron.
Yeah, it sure is. So Jason Jackson, Bartell, Spear all up in the front now. See if the Toad Man can round out.
And listen, these guys are
fourth place.
no slouches here, Baron. They just don't normally have the track position. How about this? They've got it now.
Yeah, they sure do. And we'll see what we can produce here.
I'm interested to see this restart. I mean, I don't know what's going on, but I mean, this could be a who can survive the restarts night.
Yeah, and they hadn't gotten it right yet, had they, Dean? So hopefully third time's a charm here.
Well, I tell you this. I mean, I think we've all missed a shift or done something before. A little unfortunate for our new man. It was done on race number 1, but I'm sure he'll be all right. You got to like seeing the Toad Man and Spear up here. Musial in 7th. Brantley's in 8th. Daryl Spear in 9th. I mean, my goodness.
Yep. Everything's shook up.
I'm shook up, Baron.
Yeah.
Jason Jackson, new race leader with Bartell on the outside. We're going to find out if these guys, it was just about track position, because I often think that, Baron. I mean, there's not a whole lot of drop-off in driver. A lot of it is just simply where do you start?
Yeah, a lot of it is. And now that we've got trucks in the field that are pretty damaged, some are coming and some are going here tonight, Dean. We'll see how it plays out.
Lap 8 of 80. We've had 2 cautions here, both on the starts. Very uncharacteristic here. And the boys are going to, I'm sure, get this straightened out. Pace truck is off. Everybody giving lots of space here, a little tentative, and I don't blame any of them. Jackson down and away, TJ on the high side, slow on the get up, but Gillies stays off him here. That's going to bring Spear up into 2nd place. Brandon Sheffield, he's going to slip on through and take 3rd away from Bartell.
And Sheffield started the back of the pack.
Yeah. I mean, he's up 19 spots already. We haven't even raced a lap.
Yeah. So Sheffield's, got no damage. He's a contender.
You look further back here, Tony Ratliff down on the bottom. They're going to enter that corner almost 3 wide. And you can do that here, can't you, Baron?
Oh, plenty of room. Yeah, plenty of room to operate. Truck doesn't have to be perfect to do that. You'll see guys do that to make a pass. The aero push and the aero pass are 2 different things here, especially these cars are pretty tightly wound. Once you get them up to speed, it's hard to pass.
Love these looks from the corners and the straightaways here. You see the speed at which these trucks are moving. It looks like we got some action there, a little roughhouse, and looks like the 13 of Eric Whiting down on the bottom, and he had the 32 in the middle and Rincon up high. They sorted that out okay. Up front, Jason Spear looking for the lead. He comes down to the low side. A whole train forms on the high side. Jackson rips it in there.
That's that draft effect I was talking about, Dean. These guys are figuring Jackson's the faster of the 2 trucks, but Spear completes the pass.
He does, and he closed that door off the corner. That was a great job by Spear at getting up there before it was too late. Now Jackson thinks about going on the inside of him.
Going to repay the favor here.
Here comes Bernard Person underneath of TJ Bartell. That battle for 4th place. Sheffield takes to the high side on Jason Jackson. So like I said, I mean, Spear's looking quite speedy up here. I mean, he started 15th, Baron. But here, he started, on the outside of the front row on this restart. So, this is great for the 83 so far. And we've seen him get through that wreck as well.
Yeah, and look, he's got two other spear teammates in the top five with him now. So, he's got a little help. Guys are going to race him pretty confidently here. It doesn't look like Sheffield's in too much of a hurry to get around him. He's working with him as well. So, only 13 laps of 80 tonight, and it looks like guys have kind of sorted this out for themselves right now.
Well, you can do a little bit of that working together here, can't you, Baron? I mean, the draft matters, and if you're two good trucks, you might want to just try and get away from everybody and settle this amongst yourselves.
Totally agree. Sometimes patience being the better of the virtues here. He can go ahead and just hang out here, run his line if guys don't start racing too hard. He's not in any risk to lose spots yet.
See the Toad Man up here. Let's get on board with the Toad Man here and have a look at what he's dealing with. Right in front of him, there's Person and Bartel High. On the low side, that is Tony Ratliff. Now, he is a lap down, I do believe. It may even be 2 laps down by our scoring, but everybody getting single file here. They fan out in the corner. Person way up the track with Bartel. They're looking for some speed up there, Baron.
Yeah, and they might find it eventually here as these tires wear out. That might be the only way around to actually make a pass.
Yeah, we got the tight car. Well, how is that going to influence them? Is that also going to push them up to the high side?
It sure will, and that makes the pass even tougher. If you're the truck on the outside, the guy on the inside's got to lift or else he's going to take you out. And these guys are real conscious of running around each other. So look for these guys to be, really careful side by side as we close in on the closing laps. That's going to get harder and harder to do.
Yeah. I mean, you really got to make a decision, don't you? Like off the corner, you get a big run, Baron, and the only place to go is underneath the guy. Like we're just seeing Tony Ratliff do that now. But once you get down there, you're stuck and you get freight trained, don't you?
You sure do. And that's where, part of it comes from. The frustration, if you will. You got guys that are, trying to get around you and you're trying to play defense or you're trying to pass somebody and lo and behold, you watch 3 or 4 of them go by because one side works better than the other.
And there's the old potential 2-time boy. He better be thankful he has a nice big lead here because it's not his night. Currently in 18th with what looks like a broken truck.
Tough night.
So still Spear and Sheffield as they try to break away, but the frustrating thing about Auto Club, almost impossible to get a true breakaway here, but damn if Spear is not looking really smooth here right now.
Yeah, he's throwing a pretty line.
That's 17 of 80 here in the ACS Champions 160. Brandon Sheffield continuing to stalk. Jason Jackson, who started this restart up front, it's let off a little bit. This could be a long-term strategy. He's got Tony Ratliff there. Tony's 2 laps down, but he's trying to get one of them back here, Baron.
Yeah, and it looks like maybe Tony's got some tires here, so let him on by. He's trying to salvage what he can out of this race, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you've got a race, so you might as well park it if you're not racing. The Toad Man hanging in here. He's up 12 with Brantley right behind him. He's up 14. And Ripka, who started towards the back, up 15 spots. And Rincon up 16. I got a feeling I could say that about most of the field right now, Baron.
Finding a hard charger isn't going to be hard to do.
It is not. I mean, we might have to redefine it here. There goes Tony Ratliff again, now under Sheffield. He's looking to clear him. He'll do that, I think, in the next corner. So Ratliff trying to get him back the old-fashioned way here. I miss those days. Pre-Lucky Dog, Baron.
Yeah. Got to do it back the hard way.
Yeah, it was rare, but when it happened, it was special.
So Sheffield looking to keep that headlight out there as Ratliff goes on by.
Yeah, it looked like Spear wanted to make sure that Ratliff was clear, so he kind of let off a little, and I thought they might take each other out there.
Yikes.
Good race happening here. We're not even that far from pit stops, you know. I mean, from the start of the race, you're looking at 27 laps would be to split it into 3, Baron. I mean, you know, about my math, you never know, but thinking 27 laps was the thing. Couple cautions, they probably push it back to 30 to 32 or something. Sheffield,
you know,
all over him.
Pit strategy. Yeah, sorry to interrupt you here, Dean, but pit strategy is going to matter tonight. I mean, with all the damaged trucks we have, look at them, they're strung out like rockets right here. They're all on the line. You know, tonight it feels like this is going to be a green flag run with everybody single file. Pit strategy is going to matter.
Oh, it's going to be huge, as it always is here at RGR. I mean, it's going to be won and lost on pit road. I mean, right now, Spear and Sheffield doing a great job. Person has moved his way up to 3rd place now. He's looking pretty strong. A little surprising, actually. He likes loose race cars, Baron.
Well, and doesn't look like he's going to get that tonight, does it?
No, he's not going to get the loose car, but he's found his way nonetheless. Jackson and Brantley. Brantley, what a night for him. I mean, he's got to be loving it. And this is, again, just another call out to a guy. Give him some track position and let him show you what they can do. Bartel in 6th. The Toad Man right there in 7th. Rincon, he was involved in at least one, I think both of those, but he looks okay. Ripka hanging around the top 10.
Yeah, he's recovered nicely. Then we go back to Bruce and poor Brian Helms. You know, started on the pole, sacrificing 11 spots right now in 12th. You know, chasing around a bunch of damaged cars out here. It's got to be frustrating.
I'm sure it is. He's still in it, though, in 12th position. Looks like he's doing quite well. He's got some speed out there. He looks to the high side. See if he can get a run here on Bruce. You don't hear that phrase too often, Baron.
Not at all, no.
And he will. He'll come to the inside here. So Brian Helm down on the inside looking to pick up 11th place from Bruce. Bartel and Brantley going at it up here. Brantley down on the bottom, and here comes the Toad Man. So the Toad Man going to swing it around the outside. Brantley got stuck down on the bottom, and he's going to lose a couple of spots. We look back up front. Spear opened up about 3/10 on Sheffield. He's looking good. There's Person. And back to Bartel. The Toad Man now up to 5th.
I like the night Bartel's having, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, Bartel's been quiet. I don't think he got involved, at least nothing crazy with those wrecks. And so if you put him here in 4th at this stage in the race, yeah, he's a long run thinker. He's in decent shape here. Everybody getting single file here. There's Whiting on the high side. Darrell Spear looks down into the middle here. You can see that truck. You can almost feel it tightening up.
Yeah. And then they get that little push off the center there where the truck will tighten up and it slows the truck above you down a little bit. And everybody's lifting.
Bartel on that high side, still Rincon starting to go up there. Look at the drive off by the Toad Man, though. He has found something here. I mean, from the low side, he's getting a better drive off than Bartel on the high side. Just getting his angles right or something there. You can see there, he just starts to close in on exit.
Yeah, he's got something figured out, doesn't he?
He certainly does, and that's kind of how it is here at Auto Club in 3 and 4. Little angles. You just got to find the right little angle, and all of a sudden you're a rocket ship. Person still alone in third. Sheffield has worked his way back up to the bumper of Jason Spear. He's looking for the race lead now.
Jason closing in on some lap traffic now. That can help and hurt Dean, can't it?
It absolutely can. That's Fred Lester back there. And yeah, it'll help you, right? You'll get a little run into the corner, but it can throw off your angles of, you know, you're going a little bit faster heading into that corner. And of course, if you're going around them, it can cause havoc as well.
Yeah, it dirties the air. And if you're the leader of this, you don't need any dirty air now, do you?
You do not. Jason Jackson on pit road. Our leader is trying to work around Fred Lester. Lester staying up high. Big run here from these two. Will Sheffield look? He stays behind. Sheffield down underneath that white line that time. Surprised that car didn't get a little loose. Lester racing them hard here.
This is an illustration of how hard it is to pass. That's a lap truck, and these guys, it took them 3/4 of a lap to get around them.
Yeah, it definitely is tough. Spear goes high, Sheffield low, looking for the lead, the 36, trying to get the power down. He starts sliding up the track, just can't quite get there.
Really going to be hard to do that. I know he wants the lead, but it's so tough right now. These tires are warm. You know, they're into a heat cycle. The grip has gone away. It's pushy. Really annoying,
Sheffield
but a lot of
coming
fun.
in. So Brandon Sheffield with the pit stop here.
Oh, I love it.
It looks pretty aggressive. This is right up your alley, Baron. Early
I love
in
it.
is early out.
I love it.
So Spear now has the lead and decisions to make. You know Spear, we're going to think he's going to stay out quite a while. Are we wrong a lot? Yes.
I just call it every time, shall we?
Meanwhile, Bartel has moved up to second now. The Toad Man now working on Person as Person trapped down on the bottom, and that truck starting to tighten up. Expect Bernard Person onto pit road here. We'll head on to the cockpit and see. He is not coming in, but there goes the Toad Man sneaking on by. Here comes Rincon. So he's hemorrhaging spots here. Maybe we'll stay on for one more as you see up ahead, Sheffield coming off of pit road. And he's going to run smack dab into Sheffield here, so I don't know if you'll even have a chance to get onto pit road.
Well, he's probably going to try here, right?
It doesn't look like it. He's up on the high side here. He looks content. So I just assumed that, you know, no, our leader, Jason Spear in. TJ Bartel also. The Toad Man follows him in. So does Bruce and Whiting. So these guys all deciding to come in here on lap 32.
Here comes all of them.
George Rincon becomes the new leader with Ripken in second. Person falling but is in third currently. Brantley under a heat from Jason Jackson, who is already pitted, I do believe. So these guys staying out on the track. Bartel still on pit road. Here they come. So Bartel going to come out first out of this group, and it looks like Jason Spear did not have a good pit stop. The Toad Man beats him out. So Spear with a not great pit stop, an 18.9 on pit road.
That's unfortunate, Dean.
That is very unfortunate. My goodness. So out front now, Rincon has assumed the lead. He does have to pit. Him, Ripka, Person, Travis, Musial, and Daryl Spear all need to come on to pit road here. Nobody coming in. Here comes Paul K. Travis, and he has got the newcomer Michael Fleming right in front of him. and they both losing it a little bit, but Paul K a little
Oh, no.
worse. Paul K gathered it up, did a nice recovery there. He's only going to lose a second or two. And it just shows you the dangers of running that low brake bias, Baron.
Oh, it sure does. And, it's so easy to do. We've all done it, Dean.
Oh, yes. But in particular, these days, the way these trucks are set up, they are very unstable coming off the track. Here's Rincon. Rincon looks like he may be coming, and he is not. Or is he? I don't know anymore, Baron.
All right, he's on his way. Yep.
Here we go. Rincon is in. That hands it over to Lance Ripka. So, Ripka, your new race leader. When this whole thing shakes out, I mean, is Leal, we got to check the board. Don't tell me Leal's going to regain it. No, he still needs to pit. So, Leal's still got some work to do. He probably needs a caution at this point. As he comes in, actually. So Leal does hit pit road. Rincon there as well. Ripka, Person, Musial, and Spear, Daryl that is, all should be coming in. Here comes Ripka. I think, yes. And you can see how the truck gets unstable. But see that angle he took there, Baron? He kept those wheels straight.
Yep, I love it. And that's speed, right?
That's a lot of speed. I mean, he closed 5 truck lengths with that kind of angle. Great job by Ripka. Musial in. Daryl Spear is in. It all shakes out, and look who's got a massive lead. We've seen this before from pit road. It's Brandon Sheffield.
Yeah, and I love that early pit stop. This is what's handed him off to the lead here. And Sheffield now setting the tone for the rest of this race. I love the move.
It's a great move. Jackson, he moves up to second. Bartel in third. He's got the Toad Man there with him. This could be good for these two. If they could work together, they may make some hay here. I don't know why people make hay, Baron, but they do.
Yeah, well, it's like Tarnation.
It's right up there with it.
Yeah. It covers. It's in the same category. It's the same food group. Tarnation adjacent.
Here's Eric Whiting quietly in 6th position. The 13 having a nice night. Bruce. Oh, and Lester peels off there. Or look a little reckless. I'm not sure if Lester. It looks like. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's a little problematic there.
Yep.
So the lead is going up, not down, Baron. Does that surprise you?
Not at all. He's out in clean air. There's nobody chasing him. These guys are racing each other now. He could very well walk away from this thing.
He really could. The Toad Man coming around or holding off TJ Bartel. That's 3rd and 4th. Spear, with that poor pit stop, has fallen to 5th. He's got a ton of work to do.
Yeah, lots of it. And we know he's got a fast truck. The problem is track position now.
Track position is king these days. It always has been, Baron, but in particular nowadays.
Well, if you don't have track position, how do you, climb your way up when a track is so sensitive to speed and aero handling that it makes passing so much more difficult?
There's really only one track position I'm interested with, Baron. Put me up front, baby.
That's right. Put it in the lead.
So you see Bruce up there battling. That looks like George Rincon. So this you're seeing this group here, side by side, 3 deep. Now the bottom line, they might be the fast guys. I don't know that, but I'm just saying. But the difficulties of passing. Oh, and Ripka gets underneath Bruce, so Bruce stuck in the middle. Good job of avoiding each other there.
Yeah, that's a gaggle.
That's a little gaggle, and all of a sudden they get back in line, and now they fan out. I mean, this is Auto Club, right?
Put it where they ain't, Dean.
Well, in this case, you may want to stay where they are. I mean, it's very difficult. How about Helm? He's up to 10th. He's on that high side, trying to rip it here and get a run right in front of him. They're almost 4 wide.
Oof. So close.
The 90, Michael Fleming, is almost on the lead lap right now. I mean, I think he's only 1 down. We'll have to look at the scoring to confirm that. You see Sheffield, he's opened up now a 5-second lead on the Toad Man, who's made it up to 2nd place here. Jackson in 3rd, Bartel 4th, and Jason Spear in 5th. He's got Whiting right there.
Whiting continuously improves week in and week out, Dean. I love seeing the maturation of this guy.
It's the beauty of being with the leagues this long, Baron. We get to see some of these guys make massive improvements and some steady improvements over time. But, I mean, it is very noticeable on some of these drivers. Eric Whiting, definitely one of them.
Yeah, sure is. And to confirm, Fleming is a lap down, but he is the first car a lap down. So lucky dog candidate here for our newcomer.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately for them, cautions are a rarity here. I mean, outside of those starts tonight, we go green often here at RGR. This battle raging on between Rincon and Ripka. This is a battle for 7th place. I just love the way you see these cars fan out through 3 and 4.
It's so beautiful, isn't it? Though I mean, it just shows the speed and the grace, if you will, of the sport.
Well, I love it. I don't know if grace has ever been used in NASCAR, but I like it, Baron.
I'm unique.
It really is quite graceful if you think about it. And now Helm down on the bottom. That's not where you want to be. You know, he could end up losing a couple instead of gaining them here. Person drives down the middle right behind Bruce. Helm trying to keep that thing down low. He does.
Those are teammates right there working with each other, Dean.
Yeah, they absolutely are. There's 3 of them, really. Helm,
This is
Person,
what I say
and
that.
Bruce.
This is what I say to that person goes for the pass. So, competition.
And it looks like Person going to get that done. And I don't know if Bruce allowed that to happen or if Person just showing speed. He does have that early run speed. Up front, Sheffield. Now, the Toad Man running him down a little bit. He's got it down to about 4.5 seconds here. And don't sleep on Bartel. Let's check our pit board here, see our tire difference. Only a couple of laps between Sheffield, Gilly, and Bartel, but to your credit, Baron, you love the short pit, and it's only 2 laps, and it gained him 5 seconds on the track.
Yeah, it's a workable strategy because you're really only beholden to how you get on and off a pit road. And if you maximize that, by the time you get your fresh tires and you get a clean lap under your belt, you're putting your best foot forward.
Helm still trying to rock the bottom here. Looks like he has a good corner. And the key here, if you're going to run the bottom, Baron, you need the whole track, don't you? You cannot have a car on the high side of you.
Yeah, if you're going to maintain any kind of speed, your entry is from high to low and then back to high again. You don't make the pass in that time frame, you're not gonna.
90 of Fleming still fighting, still in it, even though he's a lap down here. Truck looks rather unstable, though. I mean, just in general, Baron, I see a lot of wiggling out of these trucks on the straightaway. I think it's just the way they're set up.
Yeah, it's a little bit loose coming out, but it's still tight. So, you're going to have some hands. You're going to have quick hands.
I mean, could it be that these splitters are digging into the track a little bit, Baron?
Yeah, with a fixed set like this, it's possible. In traffic, yeah.
Ripka and Rincon seemingly best friends now, as they've been holding hands for about 10 laps.
Just trying to push each other here, just trying to give themselves the best advantage they can by working together.
Yeah, you see Ripka coming right up on them. They do get a run right up to Whiting and Jackson. What do they do with this run? I think Ripka wants to go low. He stays in the middle. Rincon goes up high. Wow, and they split Whiting. So Whiting in the middle here, the Oreo cookie.
Whiting loses those 2 spots.
Yeah, I mean, I think he had to lift a little bit, and good on him for doing that. They might have wrecked otherwise. Here comes Lester into the mix with some freshies. Watch out, the 78 coming through.
Fresh tires make you feel like such a Superman here at this track. You're so much faster, but you got to be careful, Dean, because it's
I see a lot of people do this. So Lester to the middle, right? And you got to do what you got to do at certain times. But I like to be patient and set them up for off the corner, Baron.
Well, it's a little more predictable. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, and it's not about like me. It's about the other people, right? Like I have trust issues, Baron.
So we all.
Yeah. Well, if you've been married, you probably have trust issues. No comment at this time. Sheffield.
I was never married, Dean.
Yeah, well.
I was never married.
I mean, you've been close enough.
I guess so. Yeah, I still have trust issues.
Right. Feel like I got you on the couch, Baron. A little admittance there. That's the first step, Baron.
Towards recovery. Well, thank God they didn't take the alcohol away.
I don't want to see you when you get to anger and resentment.
Yeah, that's a bad thing. That's a combination that tends to inflame itself with the Jack Daniels.
All right, let's talk it up here. Bartel has taken over second place from the Toad Man here. How about TJ Bartel here tonight?
Yeah, solid night. He's had an amazing run, and look, they gave him second place because of these incidences early in the race. He hadn't let it go.
He definitely has not let it go. He's been patient with it. That's the type of driver he is. He might lose a couple. He'll gain them back on the long run. He's looking strong here, as really we're approaching the pit window here. 29 laps left in this race. Actually, the window is open, Baron. After we've seen what Sheffield has done here, are you're going to obviously stick with your recommendation. I mean, get on pit road, right?
Absolutely, Dean. There's absolutely no excuse not to at this point. Everybody saw what happened. Hell, if you're TJ Bartel, come in now. What do you got to lose?
I mean, you got to, right? You got to do something different than Sheffield. Sheffield with control of the race here with over 5 seconds. He's opening it back up, Baron. When you're still opening up a lead, you're very unlikely to pit, right? You're going to at least wait till someone else does, because why not? You're still extending your lead.
Exactly. And there's no reason to not continue that trend.
Right.
But if he comes in before the rest of the field, just add on another 4 seconds.
Well, that's the thing. Would you recommend to say, hey, I know you're still opening it up, but hey, let's get on and devastate these guys now?
If you could make it to the end on fuel, why not?
Yeah, I mean, they're good to go from now. I mean, I can almost guarantee that, they could do 27 laps without an issue.
Well, then bring it on in and let's get some fresh tires, full of fuel, send them back out.
Yeah, I did have a disclaimer in there. I said almost guarantee, right? Just in case anybody fails here. Toadman doing a nice job hanging on to third. Spear has recovered from his pit error, but he's still behind the 2 guys who beat him off pit road. Track position, Baron, is the thing here tonight.
It certainly is, and we're seeing this play out as we move through the event. We're in the latter half of it. Comers and goes, but early in the race, those incidences did not help anybody's aero packages at all.
Little we've seen out of Fred Lester there underneath Bartel, but he's got it under control, and he's going to drive around. There's Sheffield. We look back. There's Bartel, Gilly. You got Spear and Ripka. You know, Ripka starting at the back, doesn't get a lot of practice in the truck, but you give Ripka a couple of runs to figure it out and give him track position, he could be dangerous here.
Yeah, he sure can. This is a guy who knows his way around these tracks. Solid competitor in the Xfinity Series. He can win at any time, Dean.
Certainly can. Rincon sitting there all alone in 6. That's my spot right there, Baron. Do not get in my safe space.
Right, in your pocket. You love being in your pocket.
Well, I mean.
There we go, pit en route. Here we go.
So Eric Whiting's in, Jason Jackson in. Obviously, you love this call from these two.
I do. Totally do. Let's see how that plays out, right?
Ripka and Spear going by the tow van. So the tow van fading a little bit late, and we got yellow on the track. What has happened? It's Adam Newton, old two-time down here in the grass playing around. Oh, and he's still wrecking. My goodness.
Oh, no.
He might have started celebrating early, Baron. You think he's on the sauce already?
Well, he said he doesn't drink, so, you know, tough
Whoa,
cash is
and
probably
off
glass.
the corner, super loose. He's trying to hang on to it, trying to control it, can't quite do it. But a good job of staying off the wall. And then we seen what happened after that. I mean, once he come on the track, those tires were very angry and weren't ready to be there. You see there, gas up, and they say, no, not yet.
Yeah, we're not good.
Wow, this shakes up everything. So whoever pitted there, big trouble for them. Sheffield luckily did not pit, so, and all these guys up front. So we got pit stops coming up right now. This could be the race, Baron.
Well, this is it. You got what you got now, you know.
He had a couple of lap cars in between him, so Sheffield with a huge advantage, and these guys are not scooting up there. I'm a little surprised that they're leaving gaps here. You see the late Spears scoots up.
Yep. All right, well, erase that advantage Sheffield had. We're going to bunch them all up, start them all over again, D.
Yeah, I mean, and this is a serious advantage for Sheffield because he had about 5 truck lengths or more when he entered. And someone down here, is that the tow? It's Bernard Person. That does not look like a good pit stop. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. We're in the middle of traffic here.
Wow. Scary stuff from Bernard Person.
No.
He manages to keep it clean. My goodness. So it's going to be Sheffield, Bartel, Ripka, Spear with a better pit stop. Rincon, Helm, Brutes. Gilly loses some time on pit road. Travis and Leal back in this thing.
Like the worst case scenario just happened too, right? You screw up on pit road and here come the announcers going, look, you screwed up on pit road.
Well, let's get a close-up here of him just to make sure. Poor Bernie, a friend of mine, so it's not he's not going to take too much out of this. Tough
just
night there
worst
on
case
pit road.
scenario. Yeah, awful. I love Bernie. Jeez, we couldn't have been worse. Look,
well, we could have been worse.
Yeah.
I mean, if you really try, Baron, I'm sure I come up
Happy
with
Thanksgiving, Dean.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
So you want to pick on people? Let's look at two-time down here. He's on pit road right now, and you know, really, we got nothing but great things to say about Adam. I'm not surprised that his focus might not totally be there tonight, Baron, as he's got this thing clinched.
Yeah, and you know, look, glad he did.
You're right.
Yeah.
So Newton hits pit road. There's Musial on pit road. Looks like Lester in as well. Up front, though, new people up here. Well, I wouldn't say new, but some of the old ones have come back up. You got Sheffield leading, Bartel's on the outside. Ripka and Spear now in prime position. And don't look now, but in row 3, you got Rincon, and our pole sitter, Brian Helm, has made his way back up here.
Yeah, nice recovery by Helm. Knocking on the top 5 door.
I think things are going to heat up now. 22 to go. Tire saving out the window. Fuel saving out the window. These guys are about to go racing here, Baron.
Yeah, it's just straight up sprint for 22 laps, right?
I mean, it is. I mean, you're going to have tire wear. It does matter on 22 laps, but not that much. It's like, well, there we go. He's off the track now. So we're about to go green here in the ACS Champions 160. 21 laps remaining at the line. A little wiggle on the bottom, but good starts. Up high, Bartel a little slow to get it going. Spear looking for racing room. He throws it down to the bottom.
Well, big move by Spear in the 83. He had a run. He needed to do something with it, Dean.
Yeah, that was a great move. I mean, late like this, you got to take what you can get. He does. Behind him, Helm, Rincon, Bruce. Here comes Gilly. I mean, they're 3 wide. Bruce goes up to the middle. Cuts down right in front of Gilly. So they're racing extremely hard here. Sheffield walking away a bit, but now it's Ripka chasing. And we warned you about giving Ripka some track position. He's got it.
P2 here for the 52. What can he do with it?
Well, Ripka will be patient, there's no doubt, but so will Sheffield. Those are 2 very alike drivers. A little further back, we got some wiggling here. Daryl Spear down low. Person in the middle. That's Leo up high.
What a mess. What a race.
Great racing back here. Leo trying to push Person through on the high side. Best laps going around for everybody as they turn up the wick, Baron.
Meanwhile, Brandon Sheffield quietly trying to walk away from the rest of the field, Dean.
Clean air is a beautiful thing, Baron. Get out there and
It sure
get her
is.
done.
Yep, it sure is.
You see a lot of these guys have gotten single file. You come back here. This is around 8th and 9th. Person looking in the middle again. Looking to recoup. I don't think he liked the slanderous comments we made about his little pit stop there, Baron.
Yeah, these things happen, right?
Indeed they do. The Toad Man coming up there, almost into Rincon. Wow, that was close. And there he clears him right on the nose of Rincon. So the Toad Man wants this top 10. I mean, you couldn't have slipped a paper between them.
Yeah, that's true. Nothing like making it challenging, right? There wasn't a whole lot of room there, Dean, but he made it.
And they are racing hard. 17 laps to go. Sheffield now, Ripka closing in a little bit. Spear in third, trying to make some hay, if you will.
Well, what in tarnation is making hay?
Gotta make hay, Baron. It's a must. Leo back here trying to make some moves, but he's on the bottom. It's so tough. Looks like Brantley trying to hold off Klaus Williams as well. Brantley with a big run on the high side. Looks like he stalls a little bit. Williams comes back underneath. So there's fights all over the track right now.
Big battles. Look, pay window's just about to open here, Dean. These guys know it. Get everything you can get.
Absolutely, and there's still some guys trying to save just a hair. They've got to let go of that at this point. It's go time.
Yeah, if you're Jason Spear, you plant that nose right in the back bumper of that Ripken machine, and you push him forward for all you can.
Helm trying to work underneath Bartel. That battle for fourth. Paul K. Travis right back in this thing. We've seen him in that, I believe, the first wreck before the first corner. So he has battled hard here to be back in sixth place. Let's go on board with Paul K. You see the battle right in front of him. Helm and Bartel right there. Paul K. looks in the middle, got lots of fresh air right there. Helm cannot clear Bartel.
No. Tough move there, but Bartel hanging strong.
Up a little further, Spear making a move, looking for second. He comes underneath a Ripka. Yeah, that's a great corner there by the 83. He's going to clear him. Wow, that was smooth looking.
Yep, he's got the pass. Great job.
So the 83 not willing to concede yet. He does not want to let that pit road mistake be a problem here. He is running hard.
I love this highline move here right now. Make it real hard for Ripka to come back on him. Big run from the high side. He is now forced to work with Spear.
Got Scott Olson out there. You had Bryce Reiner out in YouTube. Eric Kane out there. Good to see you guys. Thanks for watching. We're going to have a thrilling finish. We always do here at RGR right now. Sheffield looking unbeatable, but there's 13 laps remaining.
Laps, and Sheffield looking just about unbeatable out here, doesn't he? He's got a 7/8 of a second lead. I mean,
yeah, Sheffield, he deserves his due. We've seen it time and time again. He is not going to make any mistakes, Baron. We might have seen in a couple of seasons 1 or 2 out of him, but that'd be it. So if you're waiting for a mistake, you're going to be waiting a long time. And he blinks out, my goodness.
Yeah, a very consistent driver, to your point, right?
Yeah, he really is. You got a bunch of them up front. Surprise, surprise, right? Spear and Ripka also extremely consistent. Helm still working, and he's getting that good drive off the bottom. I'm not sure how he's accomplishing it, but all of a sudden the 46 coming to life.
Really nice drive here by the 46. He had trouble early, and it was, looked like it was going to be unsalvageable, and now here he is, looking for that top 5. He's in it. Can he improve on it?
Yeah, Helm just in front of us here. We're right on board with Paul K. Travis. That's TJ Bartel, and then Helm. You see Helm. Back to the bottom he goes. He's found a rhythm down there. That's where I like to run. He falls back in line, so he just can't quite get there.
So difficult to make those passes. So difficult.
Spear, meanwhile, is starting to heat up. He's about a half second behind Brandon Sheffield for the lead. Ripka right there in third. These guys are clawing back just ever so slightly on Sheffield. Do you think Sheffield, the cagey driver he is, you think he's left a little in the tank here, Baron?
Well, with 10 to go, he's either got it all out or he's saving it. At this point, Dean, you got to have it all out, don't you?
Well, you do, but if you're the leader, you see these guys in your mirror. I think you got to manage this gap, right? You're not going to let them get under a half second, and if they do, you might be in trouble.
Yeah, you would. Yep. stay in line, try to pick up that draft as best you can there. That's what Jason Spear's doing.
Well, it's hard to draft a guy who's blinking out, Baron. He continues to blink a little bit here.
You do what you can with the center of the turn here, but other than that, it is pure, can I catch him? And if I do, what can I do with him when I get there?
Well, they're coming. I mean, Jason now down to 0.43. So he is coming. Let's check our time history here if I can find it. We look at our delta here, and that's not really going to show anything good there, Baron. We'll go back. I don't know what's going on right now. Let's go to Spear and see. There we go. So it looked like one lap was all Sheffield. The rest of them pretty consistent for Spear and the rest of these guys as they're coming. 7 to go at the line.
Yep, inch by inch, little by little.
And that's how you have to do it. No mistakes. You can give it all away in one bad corner. You must maintain and hit your marks. This guy's looking smooth. Sheffield's so tough to beat, though. Lead comes down just a tick more, down to 0.39 entering the corner.
So he's virtually there, right? Now, with 7 to go, get to the bumper, make the pass, Dean?
Well, I mean, you might have to hit the bumper to make the pass. We'll see. Sheffield with a good corner extends back out to 0.44. I'm saying you got to be perfect here. You see them all fan out. Helm takes to the high side. Bit of an awkward entry there. Might cost him as he's trying desperately to get up here. Lead maintaining right now.
Might get a little push here from the 52.
Lance
Give
with
him a
a
little arrow
good
push.
corner there. Can he get up here and help Jason Spear? Push him up there to catch him. Right now, Sheffield slightly quicker that lap, and I do mean slightly.
Five to go here, Dean. 5 to go.
Yeah, 5 to go. This thing is getting down to desperate times. Spear got to find something somewhere. Lead virtually the same, around 0.4 seconds.
Hoping for that big run here.
Good
Sheffield
corner
making
there.
a big time. Sheffield adding time as he goes through the center low.
Yeah, he really is. But the big run from Jason Spear brought him back up to that 0.4 marker. You got to find a different way. This time, Ripka kind of with him. Can he help him a little bit? The gap persists. So Brandon Sheffield, again, with a dynamic pit stop early, gained the track position he needed, and now continuing to do a nice job. Blinks out at the line.
I like what Jason's doing now. He's following in his tracks. He saw that he was losing too much time in the center.
Yeah, they're
He's
coming
got help.
back. They're coming back now. That line getting formed up. Is it too little, too late? 3 to go. Coming down to 2 to go. Helm all of a sudden finding his way. He pushes up on Ripka. Two to go in the ACS Champions 160. Let's take a quick look in on Adam Newton. That car will be crowned champion, not his night here tonight, though.
Yep, just out there salvaging what he can.
Lead comes down, under 4, down to 0.33, 32, 31, Spear has got the draft. He is sucking up. But we're coming down to the white flag for Brandon Sheffield. These guys need perfection here. They need a monster corner to get up here and catch him.
Yeah, Sheffield went low that time. Spear went high, and he lost that advantage he was gaining. I hate it for Jason, but I think he needs. Yeah,
Too little, too late, I think, Baron.
yeah, he's not going to get there, Dean. Not unless Sheffield does something silly.
Brandon Sheffield, the number 36. One corner remaining to close out not only the series, but the truck series as we move to the Gen 6 car for the winter season. Brandon Sheffield through 4. He will win the ACS Champions 160. It's going to be Jason Spear holding on for second with Ripka trying to go up high here and Helm going low, but they stay status quo. Ripka third, Helm fourth. Bruce comes in with a fifth place. Bartel, Leal, the Toad Man in eighth, Rincon ninth, and Paul K. Travis in 10th position.
This track. This is an amazing track, and great job by Brandon Sheffield here, capping off the Truck Series finale at Auto Club.
Yeah, amazing. We talk about it all the time, Baron, just the importance of making pit stops and all of that. And the league well aware of it. They all practice and stuff. But right now, we've crowned several pit road champions. But right now, I give it to Sheffield, that move, whether it was coming in 2 laps earlier or how good he got on and off pit road. Man, oh man, he come out with a 5-second lead and just never relinquished it.
Yeah, it was a great run, great pit strategy. Hats off to the crew chief there, right?
Yeah, absolutely, Baron. Crew chiefs are massively important. A little chuckle by me is just because Baron did crew chief for me, tried to tell me these things. It's hard to get through this thick skull, though. As he tries to walk the dog there. It's not the best walk the dog we see. Here we go. He's got her going now.
He's doing a pretty good job there.
Oh, it's much better than I can do.
Burn it down, son.
Well, he finishes that. Let's look in on our results. We ran through the top 10. Person in 11th, Jackson, Whiting, Williams, Fleming with the unfortunate restart there. He's in 15th. Brantley falls to 16th. Musial, Newton, a rough day, but he's out there spinning anyway because he's the champ.
That's right.
And they're doing a little nose to nose here, and I think Sheffield's still blinking there. They're going to burn them down together. It's a beautiful sight there. Well, Baron, let's take a short commercial break. We'll get some race interviews when we return. Now, it looks like we've lost our broadcast somehow. Well, that's very interesting. We've had that happen once or twice where she just goes away at the end of the race there, Baron.
Finicky bitch.
Definitely a finicky little thing here. I'm trying to think if I got any images we could put up here at least. We could put her coming up next. How about that? But a little bit odd there. Not sure why that closed down. I might have done something hard to say. Baron, a good race here tonight, man. And actually, let's get right into race interviews. We'll bring in the third place finisher, Mr. Lance. Lance, how'd you feel in the truck tonight? I mean, obviously some carnage early on.
He's just never got feel comfortable in it, I guess. Wasn't able to find the line to save that right front. That was kind of wearing out. It wasn't too bad on the long run. I feel like others were having the same problem. So all in all, it was a good finish.
Yeah, definitely a great finish. I mean, we were watching it, Lance, and we were thinking, I mean, don't give this guy track position here. I mean, you're up 20 spots. I don't think you were expecting to be up there, but the truck was still uncomfortable. How was it driving? Was it really tight here tonight?
Yeah, it was fairly tight. You had to be really patient on the throttle. Yeah, you got on it too soon, obviously you're gonna push to the wall. If you got on it too late, you had that chance early in the run to spin it out. You know, it was, I don't know, it felt pretty neutral for the most part, but yeah, I just couldn't find the speed, and I feel like I made the mistake by allowing Jason to get around me there towards the end. I felt, if I maybe would have fought him a little bit harder, I could have kept him behind me, but uh, yeah, it is what it is. I'll take it.
Absolutely. We turn our attention to next season. Going to start right away, the winter season, going to Gen 6. How you feeling about that, Lance?
Well, I might be sitting the Gen 6 out for the winter season. I'll hit some races, but wrestling season starts on Monday, so that's gonna take up a lot of my time throughout the week. So uh, probably see me mostly on Sunday nights.
All right. Well, Lance, we enjoy seeing you on Sundays. We like seeing you on Thursdays. Any night you're on the track. But Ripka can really get it done out here. Congrats on third place, brother.
Thanks, Dean.
And you got anybody you want to shout out or anything? Yeah, please do.
Well, I want to give Adam a shout out for winning the championship. Hell of a job. Um, Brandon for dominant performance tonight. He drove the wheels off of it. Regal Wraps Designs, Grassroots Racing, Affordable Construction Specialists, Alive Church, of course, Ripka Designs, and all the guys in the background make this league what it is.
All right, Baron, that is Lance Buckshot Ripka, third place here tonight.
Yeah, an amazing good run by Lance, closing out the season with a third place. You got to be happy with that. Speaking of happy, I am with Jason Spear, our second place finisher. Jason, you saved your best for the last truck race of the season, didn't you?
Yeah, I guess I did.
Great run, second place. How did you? We were on board with your first incident there, and I mean, you thread the needle. What were you thinking during that moment?
Which one you talking about, Baron?
Your very first incident, the seas parted for you, brother. You were back in
Oh
the
yeah,
back of the
yeah,
field, and all of a sudden you were up front.
yeah. To see now, you both and especially Dean know that was supposed to have got me. And that wreck was supposed to end in my night, but somehow I just weeded through it. I was like, damn, it just parted for me.
Yeah, we were on board. Hell of a drive. Great hands award right there for you. So, Jason, second place finish tonight. We're moving over to the Gen 6 cars. Tell me what your expectations are as we move on to next week.
I hope it's hot, slick, snotty, evil. I'm looking forward to the Gen 6. I miss them cars a lot. Um, Hopefully our turnout's pretty good with those. I think some of the guys that's not run them, once they get used to it a little bit, I think they're really going to like them cars. I know I do. I can't wait.
Well, it's a fun car to drive. You're right. It's a driver's car. It does have a lot of motion in it. So we're looking forward to seeing what happens as we switch over to the new platform. So we're closing out the truck series tonight, Jason. Who you got to thank for all these efforts?
Well, man, I give a big thanks to what you guys do. I know we talk about it every week on interviews, but it's a it's a big part to the league. You guys really make it whole for us to be able to go back and watch and see what we've done good and see what we've done bad. But I want to thank the admins and the league, uh, Todd for putting all this stuff on. My teammates, hats off to Adam on the championship. Um, it was fun battling Brandon there and Lance. Felt good to be up there. And most importantly, the guys that actually have sponsored our league, that's give us money to be able to go from first race to the last race. Individuals have gave money. You know, we couldn't do any of that if it wasn't for certain people stepping up to the plate and giving us funds to be able to put this stuff on. So I'm giving a big, huge shout out to our sponsors for what they do.
It's absolutely the driving force behind a successful season, and you guys had one tonight. So congratulations, Jason, on your second place. Congratulations, Team Spear, on a successful season, and we're looking forward to seeing you here in the Gen 6 cars next week.
Me too, guys. Thanks a lot.
Dean, Jason Spear, your second place finisher there in that 83 truck.
Yes, sir. Only one did better here tonight. The 36. Brandon Sheffield up 21 spots. Victorious. Congratulations, Brandon.
Thanks, man. Had a lot of help to get to the front. When everybody goes sideways and you can just drive through them, that's a lot easier than passing them the hard way.
Have you ever picked up like 17 spots before you've done the first corner?
You know, I don't think I have, but it was kind of nice.
It was nice for you for sure, and a little scary for the field to give you the track position. Let's go right to the pit stop. Okay, you come in early under green. I mean, early to some. I thought it was a good move. Barron loved it, of course. And when it all shakes out, you got 5-second lead. Obviously, that was pretty big, Brandon.
Yeah, I didn't think it was going to be that big when it cycled, but you know, I didn't really see any reason to pit on the second caution after the, you know, during the second caution, because we had 3/4 of a lap on tires, so it's not like there's gonna be a tire advantage, and we were still nowhere close to the window to be able to make it, you know, on one stop or whatever. So I ran it out there as long as I could, but I also didn't see any reason to run the thing fully out of fuel, because for the same reason, it just wasn't going to help you on the backside of it. So I kind of picked something in the middle of the cycle that I thought was going to work out, and yeah, it was a long cycle. It was probably the longest cycle I've ever seen this league do, which was pretty cool to go through all of that and have it be green flag. And yeah, all of a sudden I looked at the relative and okay, 5-second lead. That's great. We'll take that.
Yeah, absolutely. And then we get a late caution. I mean, your heart had to sink a little bit. You're like, I got this thing locked up. Don't have a caution now. What were you thinking at that time?
I had the button keyed when the yellow flag came out. I was just getting ready to lift to bring it to pit road.
Wow.
So, you know, happy that I wasn't on pit road when the caution flag came out. You know, if we're gonna get a caution, that was the time to do it. So then, of course, you know, two things roll through your head as soon as the yellow flag comes out. And it's one, can I make it around with 0.3 of a gallon of gas in the tank? And two, how is this going to cycle out? Is there anybody who pitted who's going to be on the lead lap who's going to leapfrog me? Luckily enough, no. So that worked out great. So it worked out, but that's always terrifying when the caution comes out right in the middle of green flag stops.
Man, it was, and a little bit terrifying there at the end as well. I mean, Spear, Ripka, and Helm, they were coming, man. I mean, you got it down. Were you managing the gap, or were you just fighting for all you had?
No, I might have been a little overzealous when we went green there, because I took off and, you know, I got 3/4 on them. I thought, let's go see if we can build a lead. Like, I don't think you can here to drafting track, but then they weren't catching me the first 5-6 laps of the run, so I was just running qualifying laps. And then all of a sudden there was 5 to go, and I kept having to lift and lift and lift because it kept getting tighter off the corner, and they just kept getting bigger. And I was hoping that dirty air was gonna, you know, come into effect once Jason got within about a half a second. And talking to him in the waiting room, it sounds like it did. But yeah, I was starting to have Michigan flashbacks, so that wasn't what I wanted.
I mean, I think Barron just became your best friend with some of the things you're saying in here. I know he loves him. I love him. But we're going to put Adam Newton on the spot right now. Mr. Two-Time being crowned tonight. Adam, you work up in the booth. Do you got any questions for Mr. Sheffield here?
I just appreciate him being a great competitor this season, and he did a heck of a job doing this race tonight.
Well, he certainly did. Brandon, you hear Adam, you know, he's giving it to you there. I'm sure you guys are going to slug it out here as, you know, next season we move to the Gen 6. Tell me you're going to run the Gen 6, Brandon.
Absolutely. I will be there with bells on. I'm excited for it. I think it's going to be a little bit more competitive than the truck just because of how much downforce they have. I don't think you're going to get stuck behind people the way we do in the trucks. You know, it seems like dirty air was really, really bad with this latest update they did to the truck. I'm hopeful that the Gen 6 is better than that. I know we can, from what I remember, you could run over the racetracks. So I guess we'll come out. I think it's same track, is it not? Next week, Adam?
I believe
we're going to come right back here and figure it out. So it'll be fun to find out.
Yeah,
I'm
taking a hiatus.
Adam's taking a hiatus. He's got drinking to do, even though he doesn't drink, folks. My bad. He got some celebrating to do with his championships. And Brandon, you've got a ton of celebrating to do. Great race, brother. Great win. Can't wait to see you in the Gen 6. Congrats. We'll give you the mic, brother.
Yeah, got to thank you guys. Awesome broadcast, even though Barron's using Alexander Graham Bell's telephone or whatever he's doing over there with his microphone situation. Still sounds awesome, no matter what.
That's flattery.
Got to thank the league admins here. This league's awesome. I'm excited to get this Gen 6 car rolling. That's a pretty bold choice that I don't think a lot of league admins would made, but I think it's going to make for some really good racing. Got to thank the guys over at GDR. Both of them had tough nights. Jason had a rough night, and Derek was caught up on that early wreck. CadenHammondFoundation.org on the truck. CadenHammondFoundation.org if you want to learn more. Ed Kane CPA also on the truck. Tax season's always around the corner. Give Ed a call.
All right, very professional, solid driver, Mr. Brandon Sheffield with the win here tonight, Baron.
Yeah, congratulations to Brandon on closing out the series the right way with a checkered flag. Congratulations to Adam Newton back to back. How hard is that to do, Dean? Like, it's indescribable how hard that is to do. And so Adam has proven a true warrior on the track.
Yeah, I mean, let's ask him. Two-time champ, the Bulldog, Adam Newton. How's that sound, Adam?
It's fantastic. Just wish the race would have been better tonight.
I mean, we talked about it last week, so there's a little bit of anticlimactic. You were quite emotional about it. Just tell us how what it means to you personally to win these championships.
No, it's. I mean, it is a major deal for me, especially with the group of guys that are in here and race week in and week out. I mean, you have to earn it, and and you have to have things fall your way. We saw that for real tonight. Last week was just magical to clinch it, and just means the world to me.
Absolutely. I mean, tonight not so magical, Adam, but you had the lead. We were joking around in there that maybe you kind of almost took the night off here tonight. Things just from the get-go were not meant to be on the track, were they?
No, I was very disappointed to get in both those wrecks because I knew I had a really, really good truck on the long run from practice and stuff, and I just was bummed out because I really like this track. But hey, consequences. I got the championship. Screw the race.
That's it. I mean, you got a new trophy for the mantle. You got two new deer heads to go side by side beside them. How about that, Adam?
Yeah, it's been a good week. Good week.
Been a great week. We love seeing you watch. I'm almost sad that you're going to take a hiatus here, the Gen 6. I think you'd be great in them. We love watching you race anything two-time. I mean, this is the new name for Adam Newton here, folks. Two-time champion. Congrats again, Adam. And hey, we'll give you a chance to shout out any sponsors or anything.
Yeah, I want to shout out to Scott also for making this beautiful truck. ACS Construction Live Church, East Coast Printing, Mama June's, she's done it again for me. My teammates at Spear Motorsports, Jason, Darren, Bernie, TJ, Daryl, Ian. Yeah, I mean, they're just a heck of a group of guys. You and Barron, and especially you for egging me on, telling me I could do it, giving me good confidence. And the guys at RGR, I mean, they're a great group of people to race with and whatnot, and get a little time off, reboot, and come back next season and try to do it again.
All right, Baron, Adam Newton, two-time champ. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that.
Two-time in the two, right? And Adam's done it the way you have to. It takes time, takes dedication, and I applaud his candor. Like, look, I'm going to take a little time off, take a breather. I'm going to go get reset and get ready to go run again when the body and the mind tells me it's time. So great champion there, good ambassador. I like what he's doing.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll be back with a vengeance we'll be back. We'll be back next week as we start the new Gen 6 series. I can't wait to that. I can't wait to announce all the new sponsors and whatnot. RGR's got a great thing going. Check them out, by the way. The RGR Racing League, top-notch guys running this thing. But for myself, Dean Doucette, for Mr. Baron Labosco, that's going to wrap it up from Auto Club, and we'll see you right here next time on Wind Tunnel TV.